is nothing like visiting your neighborhood library. And now, after being shut down for over a year due to the coronavirus pandemic, Torrance Public Library is very excited to welcome back its patrons. So the library is now open. What does that mean for patrons?
That means our patrons can come in and browse to their heart's content. Back in March, we actually put out a survey to our patrons, and they responded overwhelmingly that the one thing they wanted to do was to be able to come into the library and browse. And so now we've made the library available for them to do that.
Take me back to when the library had to close because of COVID-19.
Oh gosh, that was over a year ago. We closed in March of last year, and that was really challenging for us, I think, for libraries all across the country. We were not able to provide service to our patrons in person, but we did go to a curbside pickup service eventually. And that actually worked out well for us during the closure, but we're so grateful to be back open. We've also been doing virtual programming during the closure. That virtual programming will continue, and we've had some wonderful craft kits that we've made available to our public. They can go to our social media platforms and see how to put that craft together. And so that's been really a great plus for our patrons. And our staff absolutely enjoy seeing them come back into the library and utilizing those craft kits.
From the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library to all branches, El Retiro, Henderson, North Torrance, Southeast, and Walteria, there is something for everyone. In accordance with LA County COVID guidelines, seating, study rooms, and meeting rooms will continue to be closed, and all story times, tutors, study groups, and multi-person gatherings are prohibited at all locations. Now that people are back in the library, what do they have access to, and what don't they have access to?
So right now, our computer appointments are limited to 30 minutes per day, and that is so that we can allow more patrons in to use the building. Due to social distancing, we want to make sure that the health and safety of everyone is our utmost concern. Patrons are also allowed in the library for 1 hour of limited browsing. So they have access to magazines, they have access to search for DVDs, for audiobooks, newspapers, and we have a wonderful international language collection. These are all things that weren't available previously.
I keep hearing the word browse, which is wonderful for your patrons, but then I think of all the COVID-19 restrictions. How does one browse and follow COVID rules?
Well, right now, we are still requiring anyone who enters the library to browse, they do have to wear a mask. It's really important, again, for the health and safety of not just our other patrons, but for our staff who work here all day. We want to make sure they and their families are safe. So you do have to wear a full mask that covers your nose and mouth. We do have masks available, so if you forget to bring your mask, we're happy to provide you with a disposable one at the door. You can also wear a face shield, but if you do wear a face shield, you do need to have the drape at the bottom or wear a face mask underneath. And that's what we're doing to really help protect people. Our staff, when items come in, they are following protocols based on the IMLS, the Institute of Museum and Library Services. They've conducted studies on COVID transmission among library materials. So we're making sure that we're following those best practice protocols.
What happens if a patron does not want to enter the library just yet, but they still want to book?
They can still place their items on hold by calling our reference line or by going online and placing their order in the catalog. Once the items are available, they'll receive an email or a phone call alerting them that their items are ready for pickup. And then when they come to the door, they can just let staff know that they do not want to come inside and ask if the staff will deliver their holds to them. Staff will take their library card for identification purposes, retrieve the items, and then hand those to them outside the door. And just a little bit of a surprise for you, we are currently in the process of migrating our ILS, which is our integrated library system. So that means we're getting a new catalog system. That new catalog system will come with an app that will be available for people's smartphones. So we're hoping with that app, people will be able to use their phone to check out items. So if you're in the library browsing, you find a book, you can scan the barcode, it'll check out to your account. So you don't even have to come to the counter to see staff. Of course, we want to see you, but it gives you that option. Curbside service would be available through that same application. Currently, all of our programs will continue virtually. We are going to be doing our summer reading program in a virtual environment. Towards the end of the summer, we're hoping that we're able to get to possibly some outside programming for our story times. We know those are extremely popular with our families and our youngest patrons. And so we're really looking forward to bringing those back. I think the virtual programming has really shown us that a lot of adults who are busy working, the virtual programming actually affords them the opportunity to attend more of our programs. Things that we used to offer during the day, we can now offer virtually, so when they finish work, they can get home in the evening and still attend those programs. Our book groups, it's just been a really wonderful opportunity for our library to learn how to reinvent itself and continue to move forward with the programming and the services that we offer. So we're really looking forward to, even after we begin doing in-person programming, continuing with virtual programming to be able to meet the needs of those who can't get into the library when we're open.
So right now we're sitting in the main library and the hours differ from here to the branches.
Correct, Leslie. So here at the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library, our hours are Monday and Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's so that we can accommodate people who work during the day and still be able to allow them to come into the library and browse after they get off work. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, Katie Geisert is open from 10 to 6, and then on Saturdays from 9 to 5. All of our other branch locations are open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 5.
So we're talking about the patrons coming after work, but what about the children coming after school? Are their areas still open?
The children's areas are absolutely open. They are some of our biggest fans, and we're really happy to have them back so that they can actually pick out their own materials. It's really exciting to see their faces when they're able to pick out that one book that they absolutely love and want to read over and over again.
What is the best way for patrons to kind of stay on top of what's going on with the library system?
I think the best way is to visit our website. If they go to library.torranceca.gov, they can find out all about our events, our hours, and our upcoming programming. We also have a monthly newsletter that we send out, so if they're interested in finding out about upcoming events, they can subscribe to that newsletter and we'll send them out an email monthly to let them know what's happening here at the library. You can go online and sign up for a library card and then just come into any branch or the Civic Center Library here, show us your ID, and we can get that library card to you. So we're still in the business of handing out library cards and happy to do so.